do, 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 do. We're live! I almost have my music up. I'm almost ready for you. I am a little slow today, just because I noticed something wrong on the podcast I just launched, so I had to fix it. It did say there were 4 downloads, so I think if someone just came to the podcast and is just listening to it, they might not be so, they might not notice what was wrong. Basically, I uploaded episode 9 instead of episode 8. So now episode 9 is episode 8. But I guess it always was that way, because numbers. Somehow, I had the wrong number to the right episode. Or the right number to the wrong episode. Hey, Allie's here! Yay! How are you? Hi, girl. Hey, Sturge. Hey, Yvette's here too. Yay, everyone. You guys are all like on top of it. Welcome. What is on our agenda today? Let's see. Oh, since I am a little late, we will be jumping into the first writing sprint right away. By the way, I'm Ann Kimbrough. Welcome to Writers Write. Sorry for the rough open. But I was just like, and running up and down the stairs to get everything I need to get going. You know, gotta have the coffee. Gotta have the coffee. That's what's important. Let me sign into chat. But it's good to see you guys all here waiting patiently for me. Right? It's a Monday. It feels like a very typical Monday at the moment. Let's see if I can hear me. Yeah, I can hear me. Yay, I can hear me screaming. All right, we will try this again. What good news do you guys have to share? Let's see. Oh, good, I'm in chat. I got my new glasses. I think they look a lot like the old ones, except they're just black frames. They still have that, anti-glare stuff on them. So yeah, you're gonna see a little purple haze. But all the better for me to see, supposedly. I don't know, with these glasses, because they're shorter this way, I feel like I really have to bend my head to read with them. Aw, that's okay that you miss me, Allie. You can always catch me on the replay. All right, it is 5 after the hour. We will start our writing sprint on time. If all else fails, at least there's that. So those of you that are playing along at home, on your mark, get set, right! Bing, bing, bing. 25 minutes is on the clock. 3 scenes away from finishing your murder mystery? Allie, that's fantastic. I mean, has the NaNoWriMo just pushed you through, or coming to all these writing sprints has inspired you to write when you're not with me, when you're not working? How'd you do it? That's so great. I'm glad. I didn't realize you were that far along. But I'm not surprised. What are you going to do with it? You still probably have editing to go through and all that. But are you going to Kindle Vella that one? Let's see. I feel like my sound is really loud. There we go. Back it off just a little. Yeah, so I have stats. I have podcast stats for iScary that I want to share. I do want to check real quick, though, that I did the right thing. I did. Do I know what I'm doing? Actually, I can do on this computer. If I use the right cursor pad, I can log in and see what's what. I think I'm still logged in over here, though. Where is it? Oh, there. Nope, that's not it. 2 ways to open that. Oh, it's open. Jeez. All right. That's scary. I don't know. I'm just gonna log out over here. Oh, it says there's 5 downloads now. Maybe someone noticed the new title. Okay, wait. Now I gotta get back to chat. Where's my chat? There she blows. You wrote 13K. The ending turned out different than you expected. Yeah, I can't read with these on my computer too well. I'm like, how far back do I have to get to make the upper? I like these. Every day, these are really good, but I have noticed I have to take them off to read. So the other pair, which I guess they're downstairs somewhere in a case. The ones that are they look white. Those, I can read my computer with them. These, it's like maybe right down here is where the correction is for that. Yeah. Oh yeah. Now I can read it. No shot. I like protect my nose. All right. Anyway, we just won't worry about that for the moment. I might just have to take them off to read. But yeah, I'm gonna try to see if this is working. All right, I'm gonna have to pause my music. If I knew where it was. Oh, there it is. If I could see. I am going to pause the music a minute. We're going to listen and see if I finally got the right one up. This is called Ghost Stories.
Ready for something scary?
Okay!
You're in the right spot.
Ha.
The iScary podcast collects spooky, creepy news stories to discuss and give you chills.
Whatever.
Just so you know, hosts discuss topics they've just learned about and have no prior knowledge. Their
I just
views
have to
are
get it
just
to the
for
point
your
where I can
entertainment.
hear what I'm talking about. It should be with Grinnell.
Welcome back to another episode of iScary Podcast. I'm Ann Kimbrough, and I'm really happy to once again
Clean
have
the
with
bunny
us
cages.
co-host Grinnell Morris.
Okay,
Hello.
this is the Grinnell
Hey,
one.
Grinnell.
Hi.
Welcome.
Okay, I'm
Thank
going to
you.
jump ahead. Oh yeah, so this is that one.
No.
No, but I might,
I love the
saving pet owners the grief
Hey.
of,
All
I
right,
don't think of,
where's this next
and
part?
that someone built a house, and obviously there was some kind of creek, river, little there. So the driveway of the house.
Oh yeah,
I mean, it
so
was
the
freaky,
stories,
but it
these
didn't
stories are
fit
kind of
and-
freaky than this
Oh,
episode
you're
8
not
I called it Ghost
beware
Stories.
all dog.
Luckily, the police come and
Oh yeah.
rescue
All right.
him.
So thank you. I have checked it. That is now the right sound, the right podcast to the right what I said it was. Now I need to go and look. If I go back to my episodes. So I do want to talk to you about podcast stats. I've had 230 downloads. That's interesting. Last Sunday, okay. So, let me bring up the numbers because these were kind of interesting. If you've ever thought of podcasting, what kind of numbers can you get? So this is funny to listen to. Well, we tried to entertain. So my podcast has been out for probably 2.5 weeks. I mean, I launched it officially at Halloween, but you have to put it out earlier than that if you want it up and approved on everything. So let me tell you these stats, because I think these are interesting. So it says right now, a total of 230 downloads over the life of the podcast. Not bad. 8 episodes are now out. And so at the height, I'm looking at the numbers. The biggest day I had for downloads was soon after. Well, how long was that? It was actually the day before the launch. So I started to promote it. So on October 30th, I had 31 downloads. So think of that, just 30 downloads. And it charted on Apple. So it charted in the United States at 200 and it charted in Canada at 88. And that was in the news commentary category on Apple iTunes. And you want to know how many podcasts are in the news commentary category? 72.9 thousand. So almost 73,000 podcasts are in that category, and we charted at 200 in the US. I think the chart goes up to 250. So that's the best that last time I checked, that's the best we've done. And I can see here, it only took 31 downloads to chart that high, to rank that high, or yeah, I guess it's high. It's low. The lower the number, the higher the good. So that was kind of huge. All right, let me go back to music. I thought that was really amazing. Oh, now my sound is going to be loud. because I cranked it. All right, now we go. Now we're back to normal. Thank you for bearing with me. But I think about that. It only, to me, these numbers matter. They matter in many ways. I mean, I'm trying to get noticed on Apple. So it gives me a good number to shoot for what it takes to chart on Apple. So looking at my numbers, I can see that the best day after that was Thursday. I did 20. So I'll have to look. It's hard to find out if you've charted unless you have some service. So I have this. It's a free service called Chartable, and they let you know where you've charted. So that was huge. I mean, and frankly, if I hadn't set that up, I would have never known that I charted on Apple. It's not like Apple sends you a notice. Oh. But, yeah, let's see. I should also check how many reviews I have on Apple, because all that really helps. And it might go into the ranking, but I don't think back then that I had a lot of reviews. I would think I had maybe 3. Let me see how many. I should have maybe about 10 now. Of course, they're all from people I know. So don't get excited. Not that you would. 10 doesn't sound like a lot. But it obviously counts. Let's see. Ratings and reviews. I have 10 ratings up. My nephew left a review. He told me, let me know when it's up. Yeah, he left it. The title is Loving Nephew. I don't know. Do you think anybody else will understand what that means? Yeah, way to go. Okay. I'll have to tell him. Okay, so now I have 10 reviews. Woo, woo. Okay. Oh. Alright, I caught up. How's everybody else? Yvette just popped in. Sergio, good morning. He popped in. What are you cats up to? You cats and critters. You cats. I'm like Jazzy today. Oh gosh. Alright, so this is good. Good news. Fun to follow this stuff. I really can't read with these glasses though. I can't. All right. Let me try to get back to my overview. It's really interesting stats. But so what do the stats tell me? And this matters for anything you promote as well. It does matter. I mean, I'm paying for promos and I'm doing free stuff. I'm asking my Facebook friends to like and follow and listen, which they obviously have. And let's see, on average, I wonder if it tells me how many downloads each one's get. No. Yeah. They're all getting serious amount of downloads. It's not bad. But I've also been, I'm paying, I think, about $5 a day to promote on Facebook. And it's equating downloads. So, let me check. The other one is I'm paying for that Spotify ad. So anyone that's going to go down this route, obviously Spotify won't matter to if you're promoting a book or something. But if you are promoting, a book, and I've just been boosting posts on Facebook, and I have found that useful in book promotion, and it's so useful on book promotion if you have a discounted book or a free book. If you are doing a free book, and you can, if you're publishing yourself on Amazon, it's very easy to go in and pick your book to be free for just not however long. I guess you could put it on perma-free, but what would be the point of that? But you are allowed to have you have promo days. I think I want to say it's a year, but I don't know what the year is for Amazon. But I think you get like 7 days a year, or it might be a quarter. I don't know. Anyway, I've only used a few of them for my books, but I've done like a 3-day promo where I've either knocked it off by $1 or, knocked it down to 99 cents or to free. And when I've done that, I've done a post. I have different, social medias I've built up to help promote my books and just generate info on like cozy mysteries or whatever the topic. I just like to put out good information when I can. And when I find it, I like to make it double useful. so share it with others. But anyway, if you do a post about your book being on a special and then you boost that post on Facebook, it's really great. And you'll get a lot of people will look at something that's discounted more than just, hey, I got a new book, right? So I'm a fan of Facebook boosting posts. How do I say that? Hey, Andrea, how are you? No problem. You can mute me. Just let me. I'm waving to you. Hi, Andrea. Hi, Andrea. I'm silly. I know. 16K. Woo woo. That's good. My Anne Audrey books, my Cozy Mysteries right back here, purposely displayed so you can see them. I had that up there for a Zoom meeting I did, and they're still there. Those are about 25K, so you're almost done if you were writing one of my books. Listening to the Bible. All right, Serge. Learning a lot. Some good examples of how to live, right? Feeling encouraged to advance in your work and on your projects. Aw, I'm happy to hear that, Serge. That's good. Good for you. How's girlfriend? How's your son? Let's see. Oh, right. All right. I'm going to look at, I have a Spotify ad. Now, so the Spotify ad, honestly, I tell you, I paid $250 for it. That's the least amount you can pay. I should play for you. It's here somewhere. So basically I wrote the copy and they created the ad, and it's an audio, obviously, ad. Spotify is an audio system like Apple, but it gets a lot of downloads, and it's, there are a couple of platforms like that. There's, I think, one called Overcast and Stitcher. They're probably the 3 bigger ones that I know of that allow you to place an ad on their service. So people that listen to their service for free, they can hear that ad. And the lowest you can pay for, so the other ones, Overcast and Stitcher, they sort of have, or is Overcast the service? Oh yeah, it is. Overcast is the service, sorry, and that you use to advertise through. And they put it on Stitcher and Pandora. I'm sure you've heard of Pandora Music. So I didn't go that route. For one thing, it's really, really expensive. And I think it's really expensive, like in the thousands, because it works. But I'm not ready to spend $1,000 on advertising because I think that's counterproductive to why I'm doing this. Yeah, I don't have $1,000 to spend that way. But it is a very useful service. And the second part is that Pandora takes months and months for your podcast to get up on it. So I don't even think my podcast is there. So it'd be no sense, wouldn't make any sense to promote it. So I am on Spotify. Spotify for podcasts, you can get up instantly. And I should check. I want to check my Spotify to see if they fixed, because I put I dropped a podcast today, number 8, and I put the wrong description and title because I had numbered it wrong. That's why you follow up and check yourself. These things happen. Let's see, I gotta find Spotify. But I will check and see. So Spotify, I paid $250 for a month. So it's different. How it works is obviously quite different than how it works for, here's Mike. I love to see my podcast. Oh, it's changed already on Spotify. That's cool. So, I should check on Apple since I was just there. I could have looked, but wait, I want to see. This is the part where it would be helpful if I could read. Excuse me as I peer into my computer. Where is it? I know. I have way too many bookmarks. Way too many bookmarks. Just way too many. I don't even know how to go in. I mean, I can figure it out. To go in and change them. There. Is that it? No, that's not it. Now I gotta... There's Overcast. Yeah, I can tell you if you want. I can tell you what Overcast. Yeah, Overcast is the system. Oh, here's Spotify Ad Studio. That's the one. Search. What's Search saying? Your 35-year-old son called you the other day. Oh, you're gonna be a grandpa. That's so. Woo, woo. That's exciting. I'm happy for you, Serge. Congrats! Mazel tov! All the good stuff that they say. That's so fun. My nephew that left the ad, if you were tuned in at that time, or the review. Oh, dagnabbit! Don't do that to me. Oh, why don't you remember it? I really count on it to remember my information. Nope, that didn't work. Dang it. Alright, now I gotta figure out what my password is. Why doesn't it just remember when I tell it to remember? Let's see. Maybe I can do it on my cell phone. I think it's just gonna get me to Spotify. Yeah, that's all. Darn it. Spotify. But, so yeah, my nephew who left the review. Okay, I don't know what my Spotify thing is. Well, I'll have to check that later then. I can't tell you. But as far as Spotify ads go, just to finish off that thought, if you are listening and not muted me, he's in LA. Oh, cool. So this will be your first grandson? Is that what you're... Oh, no, the first one is 10 years old, so this will be the second? Well, you don't know if you're having a boy or a girl. But you're going to be a grandpa again. That's great. You're too young to be a grandpa. You're too young to have a 35-year-old son. At least to the eyes. But, okay, so when it comes to the Spotify ad, it costs $2.50 for a month. And it seems to be tracking that for every 1,000 listens that they've played it for people, right? You don't know how many people are actually hearing it. I mean, how many people click off when they hear an ad? But for every 1,000, I'm getting 1 click. 1 per 1,000. But let's put that into terms of downloads to see if it's worth it. I mean, at the very end of this, I'd have to figure out, it's harder to figure out how many clicks and downloads I'm getting with my Facebook boosts, but I think it's far more than Spotify. But each one person that comes in technically would listen to every episode, so that's 8 downloads. I'm gonna assume, because now I have 8 shows. So I don't know, I don't... It's one of those things that maybe it's helped the podcast get noticed, or I don't know. It seems expensive for what I'm getting thus far. How are we doing on time? Oh, we're under the 5-minute mark. Make it count. 2 girls. Oh, you already have 2 grandchildren. Well, great. Then now you must be doubly excited. So, and my nephew, what I was going to say about my nephew is, yeah, this year, he and his wife had a child. So I'm a grand auntie? Because he's my nephew. So they're my great nephews, nieces and nephews. Is that how it works? Are they also nieces and nephews? But they're greats. And I haven't met the baby yet. They're in Texas. So they keep sending pictures. Oh man, he's a cutie pie. So it's a boy and a girl, so it's fun. I've seen, obviously, the little girl, I've seen her several times, which is great, because they've visited here, and I went to Texas once to see them for their wedding. I had a blast. I love Texas. I used to live in Texas, a couple different spots. But I don't know, I'm not into traveling. I don't really want to descend on them, you know? Since we don't get together, but maybe once a year, and maybe every other year, it's kind of rude, I think, to just descend on people and go, hey, you've had babies, now I want to see you. Yeah, I would have to do it the right way and say, hey, I'm coming through Texas. I could swing by where you are. You know, are you free for a visit? Do you want a visit from your great auntie? The baby would say yes. My nephew would say yes. He's a cool guy. But I'm very careful with stuff like that. I don't own Texas, so obviously I can visit it, but to visit their town, you know, it's nice not to just descend on people. And my family does that too. They, okay, I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna go back to that. I still need to check some stuff on this blog post to see that I did it right. Not blog post, the podcast. There are a few things. Oh, I wanted to check Apple. That's it. Blah, blah, blah. That's in 2 minutes. Let's see if I can do it in 2 minutes. It's like a race. But I do think when you are family and want to visit people that are family, you should still treat them like you would treat a friend. And, you know, ask them. Oh, no, don't do that. What? Don't do that. You shouldn't click and not look. That's like drinking and driving. You shouldn't click and drink, but you shouldn't like not look. Like I would never drive without my full attention on the road. That's what I'm doing with my clicking. All right. Alrighty now. Okay, I know what I gotta do. Do I know what I gotta do? I got 1 minute. The clock is beating me. It's funny, when you look at the downloads, there definitely are this kind of stuff going on. Even though my ads are constant, but I do change them. Oh, I'm under a minute! I think the clock is going to beat me before I get there. I've got to allow, and then I need a code. It's almost coffee time, can you tell? Alright, I made it here. 30 seconds to spare. Now I don't remember why I was coming here. Oh yeah, I was gonna look at the show. Episodes. Season 1. Oh, these come up in order. Oh good, it changed on Apple too. Woo woo! That is good to know. I'm hosted by Buzzsprouts, and so it instantly changed, and I had to change the description, and I had changed the name of the episode. And it worked. Instantaneously, it would seem. That's a note to self that that's that easy. Sweet! Alright, we did it! Your first writing sprint is done! Woo woo! Time to stretch! Stretch that body! Yeah, you guys are doing so good. I'm proud of you. Scoring some points, scoring some page counts. Alright. What are we putting in our iScary mug today, Anne? Well, we're going to have some Tim Hortons coffee. The fave. Well, one of the faves. I don't want to play favorites when it comes to coffee. Shazam! All right, so I thought about something that pertains to writing and not podcasts. Shaka! So, have you ever wanted to write a story, or are you writing a story with multiple point of views? So more than one point of view character. So this is mostly common in YA writing. I actually have a story I want to write that way. And I'm watching a TV show. Yes, TV. On Netflix. It's called Clickbait. I think it came out a little while ago, and it got a lot of attention. And let's see, I don't know how many episodes it is, but I'm near the end, I can tell. But so I would say I've been watching like maybe 3 episodes at a time. So a mini binge. What's happened is that I'm halfway through, and I would say the last 2 episodes, they telegraph something that I know how it's going to end. And in the last episode, I saw I was right so far, because they're close. They're getting where they are revealing there's a bit of a murder mystery in it, if to just tell you that much. And it's really well done. I really like it. I think I'm going to be disappointed with the ending because I was able to figure it out so early. And sometimes I blame that on me as a writer, because I cannot, you can see the clues. If you're a writer, sometimes clues are really clunky and you can go, oh, yeah, that's going to come back. I know, I can see that clue. But I think the audience is smart enough to see that too. Your regular viewing audience is pretty savvy. So anyway, part of it's me as a writer, but part of it I think there is a little flaw in it. But we'll see. They could surprise me at the last minute and pull something out of something. But what I think is really cool about it is that it's told in point of view. So it's probably been a series. There might have been, or I don't know. Let's see. I've only seen like 7 episodes. So there could have been. I think every episode is from a certain point of view character. And they say it at the beginning. You see that person and their name comes up. If you could just smell the coffee, it's so good. Anyway, I'm going to get the timer going. No, not yet. You got a minute. You get to enjoy me enjoying my coffee first. And then we'll do our second writing sprint. But anyway, clickbait, I think, is a perfect example of how to properly do point of view writing. Whether you're going to do it in a book or a TV series. But it's really cool how they do it. And then they still interweave. Is that enough? Remember, it's really creamer that I add my coffee to. Not the other way around. Anne likes her creamer. It's not really cream. That would be terrible for me. And here, like my mug with the blood splatter on it. It's my I Scary mug. The girl is happy. Very pleased with that. So anyway, point of view character writing is quite unique, but it's a great tool to use, especially if you want to write for a YA audience. So check out Clickbait on Netflix. All right. We'll get you writing again. It's that time once more to do a writing sprint that you will completely rock. On your mark, get set, right. Ding, ding, ding. There we go. Yeah, so just to wrap up the clickbait thing, the point of view writing, what I think it shows you how to do better than, I mean, it's easier to see it, I think, in a TV show than saying for me to point you to some book that does it well. But what it does really well is that it does introduce the main character. But in the sense, because even in a point of view story, you still have to have a main character in this group of main characters, basically. And it works well, of course, in different formats, but obviously in clickbait, it works well because it's a mystery. And so you get to see things from that point of view. Very little is retread. They find really clever ways to transition between one point of view and the other, mostly because those characters will interact. And then they have their very subtle ways where they bring back the main character through threading that character through the other point of view stories. She is central to the story, so but they found some very clever ways to bring her in. And it's the kind of thing that once that she is organically in the story, then we'll see more of her. So anyway, watch it if that's your thing. If you want to write a point of view story, watch Clickbait. It has if for that alone. Like I said, I don't think the ending's going to be satisfying, but I'm a tough audience. But overall, I thought it was really a fun show. And I've been watching it with my husband, and he likes it too. So that's always good. I mean, he stays awake for it. If he doesn't like something, he'll just fall asleep in a split second. He gets up so early to do his swimming, biking, and running and all that Ironman stuff that, he'll fall asleep watching TV if it does not hold his attention. He stays awake for hockey and good movies. Let's see what we recently watched also to Red Notice. That was on Netflix. That was the Rock and Ryan Reynolds movie. So that was okay. That was just okay. I mean, it's not anything that you wouldn't expect it to be. So it was. If you like Ryan Reynolds, which who doesn't like Ryan Reynolds? But for that alone, I like The Rock too, for that matter. They're both interesting. Gal Gadot, she's great. So I mean, I like the cast. And Ryan Reynolds, if you like his humor, that's what I was going to say. If you like his humor, then you'll like this movie because there's a lot of his humor in it, which it's usually funny. It's more of a guy humor. My husband laughed his head off through the whole thing. And I was like, yeah, yeah. I mean, to me, it's like, it's more gaggy, you know? It's kind of in jokes. Not that I'm not in with them, but it's kind of that. It's kind of, yeah, puns and stuff like that. So there's nothing wrong with that, but it's a lot of it, right? And I think they're trying to make that movie sound like it's a heist movie. It's not. To me, it's much more a comedy because of what Ryan Reynolds does throughout it, which is quite funny. And there's a lot of physical, actually, humor, too. But there's a great action. So if you ask me, it's an Indiana Jones movie with Ryan Reynolds humor. It's a mashup. It's not a heist movie. I don't know why they're selling it as one. Because when I see I love a good heist movie, but I want to see it. You know, I need to see it plotted and planned and how it falls apart and stuff. And this, I mean, they're, you know, it's Ryan Reynolds is a thief, an art thief. So I guess that's the heist part of it. But all of that is so, it happens fast. It's not shown like a heist movie. So I guess in that aspect, that's probably what disappointed me. But when I realized, oh, this is just Ryan Reynolds being Ryan Reynolds and kind of little Indiana Jones kind of impossible stuff. Actually, the stuff that happened in the first Indiana Jones was far more believable than the action that happens in Red Notice. There's a lot of stuff that happens in Red Notice as a writer, as a screenwriter especially, it hurts my soul because they're massive plot holes. And it's not necessary. You can write fun, crazy, high, over-the-top action, where at least the groundwork is the good foundation of believability. This film does not have that. No, it doesn't. No, it does not. But you should see it. It was fun. And now that I've lowered your expectations, you'll really like it. Anyway. So for me, I'm still, of course, podcast heaven. I'm doing my podcast stuff. But I've created some new things. Gotta always keep your writing chops chopping. Oh, I found this podcast. It's called Bloody Disgusting. It looks pretty good. I'm trying to get featured on them. I mean, I'm just brand new. And they look like very big, totally different shows, though. Huh, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah, the next move is I'm trying to get interviewed on podcasts that are horror-based. And we'll see. That's hard. So I'm just reaching out to these other podcasts that are probably like, who are you? But, you know, the worst they can say is no. In varying degrees of ignoring you to actually saying no. But that's okay. I've heard plenty of no's in my lifetime. I am a writer after all. Yeah, so I gotta keep scouring the woods for that one. Otherwise, that anthology that I'm a part of, it's called, what is it called? It was fun. We did a Zoom meeting on, it's for the launch party. Oh, it's called The Glow Project for glorious ladies of writing. But I think it's called Midlife in Crisis. I think it's the book. So it's about women, aging, humorous in some way, humorous ways to look at it. I don't know. It's a bunch of essays about how to deal, what we've experienced, and everybody involved in it is a writer, a female writer. So that part alone is interesting to me. It's fun, you know. One of the things that came up again and again, and that, Spotify sent me an email. Oh, jeez. It's funny, they don't read their emails. There must be some obviously generated. I clicked on something when I first did my Spotify ad. It looked like you could click and they would talk to you about doing an ad. And then I just figured it out because they had a lot of information there. It was easy to figure out. Oh, yeah, I should find out. Wait, I'll find that ad so you can see what they did. Or you can hear. But because I clicked their form, they keep sending me, hey, can we help you? And I emailed them back. I responded to the email that said, that's okay. I got it. I've done the ad. It's running. And they just keep sending me the same message like, are you still interested? Yes. Yes, I am. But no, I'm not. I am, but I'm not. Okay, inbox. I can close this. And now I found this somewhere, but where did I put it? Once again, it's that reading. It's so integral to what we do. Excuse me. All right. Podcast promos. No? No? I think I put it under another spot. I just don't know what it's called. Spotify? Spotify account information. Well, geez, I need that for signing in. I found my password. Oh, did I? Yeah, I did. Found something. All right, I will use that later to log into Spotify. I screen grabbed it. Sometimes I'm so smart. Just don't you know it. But I don't know where the audio is. I think it's on. It should be here. So I got an idea and I wrote it up. I'm gonna do you know the famous scene from Love Actually where the guy's holding the cards and he, you know it. Everybody copies it. But so I'm gonna do my own version of that. I'm just gonna do the cards. But I think I will do a Christmas version of it just to be funny, to run in December. But it's to have people watch. So that's the other part of putting these ads on Facebook, is sort of seeing what ads work and which don't. And I think so far all I've noticed is that it's effective. It's the title of your episode, so it's the subject matter. Obviously that's pulling people in the most and catching their eye. So you can never gauge which one will work. Obviously I'm trying to pick shows that are interesting and use words that, make people go, oh yeah, I like ghost stories. So the current one's called Ghost Stories. But I had one called Smiling Danger. I don't know if that got, people liked, there was one called, I think Spooky, what was that one called? Scary Creepers. That one got a lot of clicks, and Spooky Scares. So some take on scare. But anyway, the other thing I've noticed, of course, on Facebook is, ads play. So I've put a lot of audio clips on too, and people will click on them, but they're only clicking on listening to the audio clip. They're not clicking through I don't believe they're always clicking through to listen to the episode, to listen to the podcast. So, but if someone's holding up a piece of paper, I don't have any paper to hold up, but if somebody was holding up something that had a sign on it, that said, whatever I'm going to say, that, that's a big enough thing, right? If somebody holds stuff up like that and you can see it as you're going through, and pops up on the side of your Facebook page, and you saw somebody holding up different signs like Love Actually, that alone could make someone click on it, but at least they might grasp some of what's being said. Plus it's sort of entertaining. It's a little entertainment if you do it right. And I'm a writer that likes to entertain. So yeah, I'm going to do it right. Such confidence. Anyway, that's what's what. And I've ordered the stuff I need because I don't have a big enough board. And I think I'll film it here with this camera. I'm going to try it here first. It'll be my practice. If not, I have the camera we got for podcasting. I need to play with that. And I've got an SD card for it, so I could just set it up downstairs and then just upload it. So that's what I'm going to try to do. And it'll be on my iScary website. Have you guys followed that yet? I should put, I don't know if I have the link. I put it up before. I have like 3 likes or followers on my iScary podcast. So I think that might need to be like a goal at some point. But but not yet. I'll bug you about that later if you want to follow it. I'll share that later, because I am also going to I finally have finished the script for my first iScary short film, which will be it's going to be still cameras, still shots with my voiceover. So I still have some work to do. I've got all the shots, but I am going to have to manipulate a few of them in Photoshop, which is fun. So yeah, actually I'm looking at the script was right here. I've kept it up because I'm like, you got to do this now. So I've stacked the deck. This is my week. So I don't know about you guys, but this week, 10 minutes. Make it count. Keep riding. Keep sprinting. Or keep dancing. Jazz hands. Anyway, I digress. Yeah, this week is my big free open week of writingness. Projects, creativeness. My content creator me has got to take over this week because at least for once, my agenda's quite free, and that's good. Because the following week is Thanksgiving. Yeah, I'm not gonna, just FYI, I'll remind you next week. I'm gonna have the Friday off, the Thanksgiving Friday, just because we have guests coming in. They might be here on the Monday too, but oh well. They can wait downstairs with coffee. But, yeah. Family coming from Canada. Yay! I'm looking forward to it. But in the meantime, I get to write this week, and next week will be about having fun with family. It's a good balance. You gotta have a balance, right? Oh gosh. All right. So I think I know what I'm doing. I should type it up, make it official, what I'm working on this week. Allie, you're back! Did you clean up after the rabbits? Rabbits sound fun, but to me in actuality, I can say Love Actually, but I can't say actuality. But in practice, when in doubt, pick a new word. Yeah, when in doubt, in practice, they're probably really not as cuddly as they seem they would be. My feeling is pets are a lot of work. I used that all up with having a son and a child. I didn't have any left over for an animal. I will think, like, at some point in my life, I'll be ready for a pet, but I'd want a dog. I think I want a dog. How about you? Let's see. It's over there, but it's not here yet. I can't see what you said. Oh, gosh. Come on. I don't understand why it lags between the two. I saw you have a comment, somebody. When it comes up, I will. Maybe if I type in here. I don't know. Why didn't that one disappeared on me? I don't know why the comments didn't come up. Yeah. Well, my comment came up instantly. Yeah, I saw something come up. Oh, no, here. Yeah, that was my comment. Oh, yours is working, Allie. But did you post something between I'm back and hi? That did not pop up in the comment history. But I did see it come up on the screen, so I can watch this back and see what you said, if that was you. Excuse me. So, let's talk about food. Now, even if you don't celebrate, American Thanksgiving, you can still help me decide what to make. Because yeah, your comment's working now, Allie. I think I'm gonna have to wear the other glasses when I stream because I can't. Oh, bunnies are such hoarders. They hoard their poop. Yeah, okay, I'm not getting bunnies. I'm not getting bunnies. What would be the benefit of hoarding your poop? They can't use it to build fire. I sure hope they're not eating it. I mean, I guess it can sort of insulate them. Do they smell like we smell? I mean, in the sense of, do they smell that hoarding poop around you is stinky? Lots and lots of stuffing and veggies. All right. I can do that. Yeah, so I figured nobody really cares about having a Thanksgiving meal that are coming, and my husband doesn't care. He's like over the holidays. I'm like, okay. I've always had to pull him along in the holidays. So I when it comes to this area of our life, he's happy to just let me do what I want to do, and he'll help. But if I did nothing would happen when it comes to the holidays. So that's okay. That's my role in our relationship. Oh, they use it for a weapon. They weaponize their poop. Now that's fascinating. Very fascinating. But, could be useful for humans at some point. But yeah, once again, another reason not to have bunnies, that they throw poop at you. Well, I didn't know they'd have a good right arm. But yeah, veggies, you're right. Veggies and stuffing. I think the sister-in-law that's coming, is she gluten-free? She's something like that. I better double check. Yeah, good note to self. But I know my son's working, so, he cares about holidays, but so he won't be able to come for Thanksgiving. Yeah, and I've talked to my dad. I don't know. His girlfriend wants him to go to her family for Thanksgiving. And since we're not really doing any Thanksgiving, I'm like, you should go. But I don't think he wants to go. So if he actually just came over. So my thing is like, well, I'm definitely going to have a meal, and I'm going to make a meal. We can't go out to eat on Thanksgiving, and that'd be a zoo and a half. So I've got to cook something. So I'm going to cook. I make great sides. Like in Thanksgiving, all the side stuff, the sweet potatoes and the green bean casserole. I make all that. Oh, and I make the best pies. A buttermilk pie. Delish. The best. So I got to make all that because I want that. And then I usually buy, I bought a frozen turkey thing. I better read how they cook that. It said it was like super easy, like you just threw it in the oven. I usually like to buy Honey Baked Ham. They do a smoked turkey loaf that's already sliced, and I just eat it cold with everything else is hot. Usually works. Boo. No, my son, yeah. Make an apple pie for you. Oh, I have a really good apple pie recipe too. It's actually, what's her name? Trisha Yearwood. Google Trisha Yearwood apple pie recipe. It's out there. You need a cast iron pan to make it because you cook it in the oven. But it's the best dang thing ever. And it's so easy. It's basically that you put butter and brown sugar in the bottom of a pan. You get a pie shells, like the kind that you roll out. You usually buy them. They're in a long roll by Pillsbury, and they come with two flat pies. It's the pie shell, but it's flat, and it's just the dough part that you're supposed to put in your own pie pan. So basically, you put that in the cast iron pan, fit it around, one of them. You're going to use both of them. Then you get apple pie filling in a can. Super easy. You pour the apple pie filling into this pie, and then you put the other pie crust on top. Cut a few holes. I think you have to drizzle it with a bunch of butter. And then you bake it in the oven. Anyway, Trisha Yearwood apple pie. Honest. Best apple pie I've ever had in my life. And definitely the best apple pie I've ever made. And it's super easy. Because most of the ingredients are obviously already made, right? So you don't have to actually... And you know what? That's my making sign. You don't have to actually need anything when you know, baking. Baking can get hard when you do breads, and pie crusts are very hard. Frankly, if you don't know how to fold butter in, you'll never make a good pie crust. I digress. But it's like writing. It is just like writing. There's all these steps, and you kind of need to do them in the right order. With the right recipe. And the recipe's like a good outline that if you follow, you could do well with. See how I tie it all together? Oh wow, we're almost done with our last writing sprint. It snuck up on me. Whoa, that was funny. Guys, you did it! You did 2 writing sprints. It looks like Nixon. I'm dating myself. I'm proud of you. You're really making it happen. Yay! Standing O! Except I'm not standing. What do you say? Oh, you miss Thanksgiving. Where all you do is eat. Well, you know, that is the downside about Thanksgiving, I think. I'm like I'm over eating that much. That sounds like I'm overeating. Anyway, yeah. But I appreciate your advice. I do need to focus on some better veggies with less creaminess and butter, cheese, all that stuff. Yeah. And you need a nice balance between healthy and happy. It can happen. It's like, where do I want to spend my calories? Usually I'd like to spend it on bread and butter, really good bread and butter. But dessert deserves a few of those extra calories. Anyway, guys, we can talk about Thanksgiving when it gets closer. I might need more advice about what I should make. I will bring some options, and you can vicariously live it with me. Bye, Allie. Thanks for tuning in. It was good to see you. Bye, Yvette and Sergio. Thanks for popping in. Hope all is well with you guys. And Andrea. Keep up the good writing. Everyone that's working on NaNoWriMo. Yay! Keep going. Are we almost at the halfway mark? We're very close. You got this. Keep writing. Have a really great creative week. And we will meet back up on Friday to say hi and check in. All right? Thanks, guys. Take care. Have a great Monday.